Here we have the entrance to a German mine shaft. Now we know of the Battle of Messines Ridge, the British blew up an enormous amount of mines, enormous size of explosive under the German trenches and killed about 10,000 men. The Germans were aware that the British were mining under their lines and put in countermines. And the war beneath the ground, whenever one mine encountered another, was brutal in the extreme. Absolutely no quarter given. Men would attack one another with their bare hands, with spades, with anything that came to hand. It was a terrifying place to fight in the darkness in a small pit. I'm now standing in the very last remaining crater created when the British exploded 19 out of 21 large group of explosives which they buried in mines underneath the German line. I'm actually standing in what was the German front line prior to the explosion. I'm now approximately 6 feet below the level of the road and surrounding countryside. So the Germans would have been standing about my height. You see the centre of the lake. If you go down, it goes down for 43 feet. The German soldiers would have been here in their trenches, and all of a sudden the explosion of 91,000 pounds of ammonol lifted this completely up into the sky, killing everybody, everyone surrounding, and creating this lip all the way around. Here we are in Tyne Cot Cemetery. This is the biggest cemetery, military cemetery in the world for the British. It's a very, very lovely area today, and it's called Tyne Cot because of the two German pillboxes which are here, strong points, which were on the map marked as Tyne Cot by the British. It's enormous and looks out over the valley, Passchendaele immediately behind us, and Ypres in the far distance that you can see the top of the cathedral and the Cot Hall. If you look behind to get to that first ridge, probably cost the Commonwealth about 125,000 men killed, missing and wounded. To get to where we are now, we were in the 200,000 mark. It wasn't just the battle that you see or the area that you're looking at, but it was on all of the way across this ridge, trying to push the Germans back farther and farther to finally get the vantage point so that we were sitting on top of the hill and they were not. The Canadians were brought in at the end, the Canadians who had been saved for the bloody task of taking Passchendaele, the village, which ultimately they did at great cost. Here we are at the top of Tyne Cot, and as the camera panned around there, you saw the various panels in the walls which run both to both sides of me. Each panel contains the names of those who died, who have no known grave. Their only memorial is these panels themselves. The shape of Tyne Cot is designed to echo that of the Ypres salient itself. As you can see, it's rounded, and rather it's been likened to a sickle held to the throat of the town itself and the troops defending it. Today we've been walking in a light rain. It's summer, it's not very pleasant, but we can imagine what it must have been like for the Australians, Canadians and British soldiers trying to climb up this bloody escarpment, muddy, held down by enormous weight and being shot at the same time. It must have been absolute hell on earth.